Artists, today we are going to be making a beautiful bouquet of flowers. What I want us to do first is make sure your name is on the back of your paper and then flip it over. I am starting with a marker, but just like always, I am asking you to start with a pencil. Keep in mind that our paper is going tall or vertical on our table, okay? We want these flower vases or bouquets to be nice and tall. Also keep in mind that we want about the bottom third of our paper to not have flowers on them or in this area, because this is where our vase is going to go. So just keep in mind to maybe keep your flowers out of that bottom third. An easy way for us to start adding flowers to our paper is I want you to map out where those flowers are going to go. So I suggest you draw circles. The circles are going to be the middle of your flowers. I want you to draw, let's do 6 circles. 1, 2. Make sure you space them out so you'll have room to draw the outside, the petals of the flower. So I have 4. I might stick one up in the corner, 5, and then I might stick one down here. Okay? And as we go, we can always add more flowers if we want to, okay? After we have those centers of our circles, I want you to add another ring around them. This will make sense in just a little bit. They kind of look like donuts or Lifesavers candies. Okay, we want this bouquet of flowers to look like a bunch of different types of flowers are mixed together. And a way to do that is by having different shaped petals. Some petals can be big and round. Some petals can be more thin and long. Some petals can have pointy, kind of zigzaggy petals. And friends, these are your own unique flowers, so feel free to make up new kinds of flowers if you don't see any on my piece of paper. You can have, the same type of flower. You can repeat the same type of flower more than once if you want. So over here I'm going to have kind of those wider petals. And friends, if you come across another flower that gets in the way of the one that you're drawing, don't draw over it, but stop and jump over it and continue. So I'm going to do that again on this petal. I'm going to jump over it so you can still kind of pretend like I'm just lifting up my pencil or my marker and just continuing where that line would go. But I want this flower to look like it's on top of this flower. So I'm going to jump over it when it gets in the way. Same with these two little guys. These two are not going to be full flowers since they're going to be off the paper a little bit. So I might have to jump over some, and then also I'm going to stop early because my paper cuts the flower off a little bit. Okay, but we still know that it's a flower. So same with this guy. Okay. So once you have all of your flowers drawn, I noticed that I have some open spaces, and these would be perfect to draw our leaves, because if you've ever picked a flower or seen flowers in your garden, leaves are connected to them. So leaves are kind of like the shapes of footballs a lot of the time. Or they can be ovals. I like to draw a line through them. You can either just leave it with one line in the center, or if you want to add some more details, you can add those diagonal lines also. Whatever you would like. So once you're done filling in those open spaces with a few leaves, you don't have to go leaf crazy, but just a few makes these look really nice. We are going to draw the vase at the bottom. Like I said, we should have an open space at the bottom of your paper where our vase would go. And there are a few different kinds of ways you could draw your vase. So I'm going to show you with pencil, and then you can decide what kind of vase do you want. I was going to say I could draw it on the back, but so do you want kind of a diagonal line vase? So one kind of vase would look like this. Okay, and then you might have to draw some of those lines for the top. Or do you want a vase that kind of has rounded sides? That's up to you. So I'm going to stick with the rounded sides. Of course, I don't have a pencil or an eraser right by me, but I would erase those straight lines, okay? So now once you have drawn the vase, you can add patterns inside the vase. I want to add polka dots in my vase. You can add stripes, hearts, zigzags, stars, anything you want to make your vase unique. Okay. Little one down there. All right, and then since we did these double circles for the insides, we can decorate both circles with some more details. So maybe in some of the circles I might do swirls. In that outer circle I might do some zigzags. I can do a wiggly line. Maybe I want to do kind of like a pinwheel. I can do just some smaller circles inside. Then on that outer circle I can draw another layer of petals. So just make sure that you add some decorations in those two circles that we did. We worked on the first step of this project. So I might just do some lines. So friends, after you get done with drawing all of your details and you're happy with the way it looks, I have one more step for us, and then it is time to trace. The last step is to draw two lines. And these two lines are pretty important because it shows that our vase is on a table. So the bottom part of the table where it's sitting on is right here, and then the background, that would be above this line. That's called the horizon line, but we can talk about more of that later. All right, friends, so I cannot wait to see how your flower vases look. Great job.